Hi there, I'm Seb Maley from Qdos, and in this video we'll talk about further measures which are going to impact umbrella companies. Since the turn of the year, it's been impossible to avoid discussions about the government's new piece of tax legislation, often referred to as joint and several liability, which is being introduced on the 6th of April 2026. As a reminder, this piece of legislation is activated when there is an umbrella company in the contractual chain and automatically makes the recruitment agency, or client if no agency exists, liable for any underpayment of PAYE or national insurance by the umbrella. The legislation is primarily designed to eradicate tax avoidance schemes, which have historically dressed as an umbrella company, and puts a very clear and severe imperative on recruitment firms to properly assess the umbrellas they choose to do business with. In terms of practical concerns from recruitment firms, they may be more worried not about intentional tax avoidance, but by the risks of umbrella companies becoming insolvent and leaving unpaid tax bills, an issue which would also trigger joint and several liability. Given the risks, the market is unsurprisingly reacting, and we're likely to see plenty of change both pre and post the 6th of April go live. Many commentators are predicting a significant amount of consolidation, with agencies whittling down their preferred supplier lists and favouring the larger and more established umbrella firms, who will naturally only get even larger as time progresses. But despite the impact the JSL provisions will have, it doesn't end there. JSL was HMRC's play, now enter DBT. We've known for some time that the government's action relating to umbrella companies would almost certainly be two-pronged, and on the 6th of February they finally launched their consultation on how to formally regulate umbrella firms. Regulation is likely to take effect from some point in 2027 and will be overseen by the new Fair Work Agency, which officially comes into being from April 2026. The consultation document talks about the increasing complexity of the temporary labour market and the need to ensure fairness, transparency and choice for workers. It then goes on to ask several dozen questions about the market and the role and responsibilities of umbrella companies. Whilst at this stage it is just a consultation and naturally not an indication of the direction of travel, some of the questions posed do suggest the government have considered this carefully and are likely to install a fairly robust framework. For instance, it asks whether umbrellas should be obliged to pay workers for all work done, regardless of whether payment had been received from the agency or client. That in itself would fundamentally alter the whole model of an umbrella company. It also talks about the controversial subject of kickbacks. Kickbacks are unlikely to be on the radar of workers, but are extremely commonplace and involve the umbrella paying a not insignificant proportion of the service fees received by workers to the agency. It could be argued that this alters the relationship between umbrella and agency and calls into question whether agencies are choosing umbrellas on the basis of a good service to workers. This again would have a huge impact, not just for umbrellas, but also recruitment firms for whom these kickbacks will have been a fairly substantial stream of income. So once the dust settles on the joint and several liability rules, the market will have potential regulation to contend with, which could have an even more dramatic impact. The consultation runs until the 1st of May and is likely to receive a huge response from the industry. It's open to anyone to respond, and I'm sure there will be many workers and contractors who will seek to have their voices heard too. We'll keep you fully updated on any developments, so please subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you again soon.